Hello everybody, how is everybody doing? I know it's been about a week since I've been on, or since I've uploaded a video. This might be a short video today, but lately this has been happening a lot, and I think it's two different things, but I'm gonna put them in one video. So this has been happening a lot, especially with myself, because as you can see, I am quite modified to some extent. So this happens like all the time, and one of it is, and I have a notebook, so I keep looking to the side, I'm just reading. Part of it is the misconceptions of being modified. That's the first half of the video. People who are modified, such as myself, tend to get a lot of backlash, and we tend to get a lot of, people who don't understand, or people who think they know everything, and they think they could tell us, what all these things that are in your face, you can't do this because of this. Well, the first thing on my list is that people who have tattoos and piercings, in my case and in people's cases who have full sleeves and legs and chest and everything, are not educated. Okay, so it depends on how you look at it. I graduated high school. I have my high school diploma. I didn't start getting tattooed until I was maybe about 19 years old. So I did graduate high school. I did attend community college, and for a while, it wasn't working out just because of the school, and they weren't very good and such, and I changed my course of direction as to what I want to learn in school. I was going to school for hospitality, and I was going for food service, and it wasn't a fit for me. There were a lot of issues with the teachers I had in the school that I went to, and it made me change my course of direction to something else, which I am getting the ball rolling on that. So I'm not uneducated. I do, in fact, have a high school diploma. I did not drop out. I did not give up. I did not skip class. I was actually very smart. I mean, for being a special ed child, and that's the other thing. I was special ed. I still am special ed. As you can tell, I can fully speak sentences, but I have an issue with mathematics. I can't do math, and I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of other people who have issues with math, who have issues with English, who have issues with biology, or the human anatomy, or whatever. Everyone has their issues. My issue is I can't do math. I hate math, and I always did, and I always will, and I suck at it. Don't ask me a mathematical issue, because I cannot do it. That's just how it is. The other thing is that modified people do drugs. No, that is not the case for everything. I am modified, and I don't do drugs. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke anything. I don't do drugs. I'm clean. I stay away from the crap. I've always stayed away from the crap. I don't touch anything. I never touched anything. I don't see doing drugs. I know. Never touched it, never will, never have. I don't ever plan on touching anything of that substance at all. I'll have an occasional drink every now and again, but I'm of age. But I don't do drugs, and people who are modified don't do drugs. Some people do, but, they may be modified or may not be. Some people who are modified don't do it, like myself. I don't do drugs. They're bad for you. Don't do them. The third is that we break the law, or we get arrested. Now, everyone has a different way of looking at this. Personally, I know plenty of modified people who are the nicest people ever, who work good jobs, who are not, or who have never been arrested. I've never been arrested. Never. I've never been to jail. I don't see the point of that. I'm going to live my life, get a good job, pay my bills, retire, marry, have kids, whatever. I follow the rules. I follow the law. I'm modified. Look, I'm modified. And again, I'm going to school. I'm looking into going to school. I have a part-time job right now. I've never been arrested. You know, I'm a good person. I do what I gotta do. I pay my taxes. I pay my bills. I have never done drugs. Never been arrested. I'm a good citizen. Very good citizen. So for people to constantly make up these misconceptions about tattooed or pierced people, it really bothers me because it's like, hey, we're just trying to live our lives too. And you know, there's plenty of more misconceptions, but I'm not going through them. The other part of the video is that people, not everybody, but this does happen every now and again, at least with me it does. People are always asking me questions about my piercings or my tattoos, or they're just like, well, why'd you get that? Or what's the meaning of that? Or why do you have a septum piercing? Or why do you have your nostril pierced? Or why do you have your back tattooed? Or why do you have, you know, your ears pierced or whatever? Or whatever, whatever. They're for me. My piercings are for me. They're not for anyone else. They're for me. And I'll tell a quick story. So for a very long time with my part-time job, I was hired with my nostril pierced, which is fine because no one can really see that anyway. But they were very strict on facial piercings, and I was told they're against the rules, but one of my manager that interviewed me, she's like, oh, that's okay. You can't even tell it's there. If someone says anything, then worry about it. But right now, don't worry about it. That's fine. So one thing I started doing was piercing my ears. And I got 4 on this. Well, I got 6 on this ear because I have 2 lobes. And then I have 6 on this, which is 2 lobes. And then I have industrial, rook, and tragus. So I started piercing my ears. And, excuse me. So I pierced all the piercings I wanted in my ears. Basically, that's what I did. And then I started knowing that I was running out of space in my ears, and I really don't want anything else in my ears just because it's just, you know, they're cool the way they are. So I wanted another piercing, but I had to figure out what I wanted only because of my job. Now, the thing is, I wanted my lip pierced, but the problem is it's a direct facial piercing. You can't hide it. You can't hide it at all. So the next choice that I had was either my septum, which is this guy right here, or I got something further down, and I was not doing that. Everyone has their own opinions with getting, you know, the down south pierced. It's not for me. I applaud anyone who has that done because I'm pretty sure that hurt real bad. Trust me, I can only imagine. Kudos to you, just not my cup of tea. I don't want to deal with any issues for me down there just because I am a little bit of a curvy girl and I can't fully reach and stuff like that. But kudos to anyone who has down south pierced. Kudos to anybody. I applaud you. I applaud you. You go. So people like to always say things like, oh, why did you get this done? Why did you get that done? What's the purpose of that? So basically, when someone asks me about a tattoo, and if it's a specific tattoo, specifically like my back tattoo, as you can tell, I don't really like to talk about that one just because it does have some very emotional meaning for me. But I'm going to just say to you guys on YouTube because, you know, this is an important thing. Now, before I get into the meaning of this tattoo and why it's so sensitive, is just because I had a friend who was a really good friend of mine. I met him at the trail, which is my volunteer job that I act every October. And he was a good kid. You know, he did everything he could. Even when odds were against him, he was still staying strong, and he was a good guy. At the age of 24, he passed away of cancer. And he was a good friend of mine. I went to his wake. I went to his funeral, you know, and I just wanted something to personally remind me of him, which is a personal thing because one day when I was feeling like really crappy, he was like, Sarah, I want to let you know you're a beautiful person. You know, you are an absolutely beautiful person. You have a good heart, and I just want you to know that. So I got it for him. and I'll try to show you as much as I possibly can, because it does go lower than my shirt, as you can tell. So basically, it's a cherry blossom tree. It's a cherry blossom tree, and it's basically shown that there's beautiful in growth. And believe it or not, if I can, there you go. So basically, that's why I got it for him. So when people usually ask me about my back tattoo, I'm just like, I just say nicely, oh no, it's personal. I just try to say personal. My wrist tattoo is a little bit of a lighter meaning, but again, if I don't feel like answering a question, I just say it's personal. I just try to say it's personal. I also try to hide all my tattoos if possible. Like right now, I'm wearing jeans, and I'm gonna be putting on a t-shirt. So you won't be able to see this one. You won't be able to see my ankle. You won't really be able to see my foot when I put on my shoes. The only one that you will be able to see is behind my ear, which is that one. Harley Quinn diamonds. That one I can talk about forever. Basically, this one is remember who you are, remember what inspires you, and be yourself. Now, I started getting into the Harley Quinn's character about last year, 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, and I just love the character. I love how they portrayed her. I love how they, they made her who she was. And she was a big inspiration for me because, I was going through some shit at the time, and I just needed to be me. Like, I just needed to be myself. And I was able to be myself, and I got that as a inspiration and as a remembrance to always remember who you are and stay that way. Now, people, this has happened at least twice. Luckily with the same tattoo, not all my tattoos, but some people feel as though they have the right to grab my arm and start touching on my tattoo, which is this one. And I'm not exactly sure why you feel the way you feel like you have to touch me to, whatever. It's skin, it's colorful. I'll show you. It's basically just skin. See? It's skin. Nothing more to it. It's pretty. But, like, I'll be in public and someone who I don't even know will just come over and start touching my skin. And I'm like, can you not touch my arm, please? And, I understand it's not fully their fault, but if you can, just ask. And I'll just be like, it's skin. That's basically all it is. I know this video was a little rambly, but like I said, if you have any questions, comments, or stories of what I talked about, feel free to comment, feel free to like, and subscribe if you want to. I hope you do, because, I think it's amazing that we can all just talk, and we could all just, do a thing on this channel, and we could just, just vent and talk and let it out. And like I said, I really want to hear your stories. I want to hear if anyone's ever been judged because they have body mods, or if they have had misconceptions, or if people have come up and just randomly started touching their tattoos or whatever. So, yes, please like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know if you've been through anything like this, and I will see you guys in my next video. And I hope you have a good day. Alright, guys. Alright, guys. Have a good day. Bye.